Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going through 3 rules of holistic fitness. It can be so hard to sort through all of the information online and figure out what's going to work for you when it comes to reaching your health, fitness, aesthetic goals. So I just wanted to give you guys 3 quick golden rules to help you kind of sort through this information and apply it. These rules or principles are going to help you be much more efficient and effective and streamlined, and essentially keep you from like just spinning your wheels, putting in a ton of hard work but never really getting the results that you expect. So without any ado, let's just get right into it. Principle number 1 is bio-individuality. Essentially, you are unique. The principle of bio-individuality recognizes that each person has different genetics, different health histories, different backgrounds, different current environment, different biochemical, physiological makeup that essentially is going to impact how your body responds to different stimuli, i.e. your diet, exercise routine, lifestyle choices, etc. And what this tells us is that what works well for one person might not work well for another. Essentially, there is not one universal answer that is going to apply to everyone. When you can understand your biology and how it's responding to things, and understand your genetics, your current biomarkers, your current environment, your current lifestyle situation that you're in, and put everything else into that context, you're gonna be much better set up to optimize your results, streamline your efforts, and get much more sustainable, long-lasting results. So looking at your health and fitness journey through this lens is going to emphasize awareness and self-experimentation, and not taking anyone else's program or lifestyle, etc. as gospel. If you've ever tried following someone else's diet, exercise routine, lifestyle recommendations, etc., and found that you weren't getting the same results that they did, or maybe you were even undoing progress you had made or getting some negative side effects from it, this is probably why. Like, it's not like they were lying about it. I mean, maybe they did. There is a lot of lying that goes on the internet. But even if it is something that worked really, really well for them, genuinely, that doesn't mean it is going to work as well for you. And it could even be harmful for you. A really good kind of general example of this is, obviously there's a lot of people in the fitness space that have lost body fat through macro tracking and caloric restriction. And great, like that is going to work for a large group of people. But if you are someone who comes from a background of chronic restriction, maybe a disordered relationship with food, and you've been under eating your entire life, then counting macros and restricting calories even further is not going to be the path that your body needs in order to lose fat and achieve your ideal physique. More than likely, you are going to need to reverse diet instead. So in order to apply this principle to your fitness journey, the big thing that you're going to want to do is find what works for you, and not disregard what everyone else says, because obviously you can take bits and pieces from people. It's really good to get a sense of what other people are doing so that you have some knowledge of the things that you can do, but don't, like, for example, look at my channel and think that you need to eat and exercise exactly the way that I do to look the way that I do. That's not how it works. Like, when I work with one-on-one clients or clients in my courses, Fat Loss 101 or Reverse Dieting 101, I would almost never tell them to just do what I do. So some actionable tips for you here are to start with experimentation. Depending on what your goals are, you're gonna wanna maybe experiment with different diets, and then just check in with yourself regularly and see how you're feeling. See how these different diets are impacting your progress towards your goals. Check in with your energy levels, your strength, your performance. Check in with your digestion, your recovery, your mood, your stress, your sleep, and feel out what feels best for you when it comes to all of those metrics, and then go from there and work towards refining your optimal diet to what your body is responding best to. And then same for any type of exercise or lifestyle modification. So this could be, you know, HIIT versus doing more LISS, like finding the right balance of that for you and what makes your body feel good. It could also be something like adding in cold showers or cold plunging. Like, you can give that a try. For some people it's great, for other people it's not optimal. So again, don't listen to like one person, or I mean, there are a lot of voices that say, oh my god, cold plunging, it is the next best thing, like everyone should be doing this. Like, give it a try, because clearly it is working for a lot of people, but listen to your body and check in and see how your body is responding to any of these various things you might be adding in to your lifestyle. Along this path for you, I highly recommend using different methods of tracking how your body is responding to these things. So not just like, you know, mentally asking yourself every day how you're doing, but having more concrete metrics and measurements. Keeping a journal of your diet, your exercise routine, any lifestyle changes that you've made, and then how you're feeling throughout the day is a fantastic place to start. But then if you can add in more things with actual concrete data and measurements, that can also go a really long way. So the things like Oura Ring or the Levels CGM or a Whoop band, like those are also great at giving you actual data. Alongside that, working with a coach or a nutritionist or a functional medicine practitioner or someone who can also give kind of a more objective stance on what you're doing and also help you interpret the data that you have and guide you in the right direction, it'll save you so much time. First of all, like, to just be able to be like, here's my data, what should I do, and have that person tell you, saves you so much time like researching and going down all the wrong rabbit holes. And then it can also be super productive and really helpful and really help just kind of eliminate a lot of possible tracks that you might have gone down that would waste time, to invest in some functional health testing. So testing for things like food intolerances, testing your gut health, your hormones, getting a microbiome analysis. Basically, the more data that you have on your body specifically, the more specific and effective you can make your programming. Along those lines, I would also recommend getting full lab work done. There's just so much that you can see about what's going on in your body specifically when you get all of your biomarkers back and can understand how various deficiencies can kind of like fit together and puzzle together to tell you exactly where your body needs support and what might be causing any issues that you might have or might lead to issues in the future, even if you're not currently experiencing them. I actually just did this myself. As you guys know, I have been on my own skin healing journey trying to get to the bottom of that, and I am in my testing era where I am just trying to get as much data on my body as possible. So I just did a full lab workup through Joy Wellness, and it gave me some really good insights. Big shout out to them for sponsoring this video. I'm so excited to be working with them. Joy Wellness is dedicated to empowering women by providing them with comprehensive testing and holistic health coaching to help them feel their absolute best. They believe in the power of personalized health insights to help you transform from the inside out so that you can not only look your best, but also feel your best. And if you guys know me, that is what I am about. So like, I am just in love with their mission. They are basically built on the principle of bio-individuality and understanding that one size does not fit all. So they offer a very personalized approach that is customized and tailored to your needs based on your lab work. So I ended up doing a comprehensive lab panel which tested 77 different biomarkers. They actually sent a phlebotomist to my house, which was so convenient. Like, I literally just like woke up and then half an hour later there was someone at my door to draw my blood and then send it off. Like, I literally didn't have to leave my house to get this testing done. So then I got all my results, but then this week I had an hour-long call with one of their nurse practitioners who walked me through every single lab marker, but then also talked about how they were interrelated, which was so helpful. I don't have the background to be like, okay, if this one thing here is low and this other thing down here is low, that means something different than if this is low and this is normal, but this is low, you know? Like, for example, my thyroid markers were not like bad or scary, but they were just like a little bit wonky, and she was able to explain that because of the way the rest of my blood work looked, it was unlikely that I had an actual thyroid issue, but rather the thyroid markers being a little bit wonky was probably stemming from either inflammation or leaky gut. So that's really good information for me to focus on moving forward, is knowing that I'm probably dealing with an inflammation issue or a leaky gut related issue. Whereas if I had just looked at those biomarkers by myself, I probably would have been like, oh no, what's wrong with my thyroid? I also saw that my insulin regulation not looking too hot, not like terribly concerning at the present moment, but definitely not where it should be given how healthy my diet and my lifestyle are, which also points to some other potential underlying things. And she also gave me some good information to start working on my gut in the meantime in case it is a gut issue. All of this made me regret not doing this sooner on my own skin healing health journey, because this information felt so invaluable. And like, I've had labs drawn at the doctor before, but never in my life has a doctor sat down for an hour and actually talked through all of my different biomarkers and how they're interrelated and what it really means for me and my body and what I can do about it. So I strongly recommend getting your lab work done at some point. Like, you guys know, I always say that health comes before aesthetic goals. So even if you do have aesthetic goals and you're using this video to apply to that journey, like, look at your health first. Make sure everything is in line. Like, if you have deficiencies, if your thyroid is a little bit wonky, if anything is a little bit off, that's just gonna make reaching your aesthetic goals or fitness or performance goals that much harder. So doing this background work to really dial in your body and get it to optimized health where like it wants to be, it's gonna go so far. With Joy Wellness, you are in control of your health journey. They give you the tools, the resources, the support that you need to empower you to make informed choices and take proactive steps towards your goals. And they're also redefining convenience when it comes to health management, because I don't know about y'all outside of the US, but at least here, it's really annoying and complicated to get done what you need to have done. Even to ask for blood work is annoying and complicated and costs money. Like, just to ask for it, not even to get the blood work done itself. But Joy is super user-friendly. Its products and services are designed to fit seamlessly into your life, and it really removes a lot of barriers and simplifies the process of health and fitness. Right now, Joy is offering you guys 15% off of anything on their site. Just go to choosejoy.co/fitandnerdy and use my code fitandnerdy at checkout. So then from there, when it comes to bio-individuality, you have your data from your self-experimentation. You also have your data from your testing. So you have a clear understanding of your body, how it works, what it responds to, and what it needs. From there, you start applying these things and then making sure you're still continuing to check in with yourself and adjust as needed. Basically, fitness should feel good. And if it's not feeling good, then you're not doing it right. You might be doing it right for someone else, but you're not doing it right for you and your body. Principle number 2 is specificity. Your protocol needs to be specific to your goals. This is because your body adapts to the specific demands placed on it. And so if you are giving it different demands that cause it to adapt in different ways, you're now forcing your body to try to do this when you really want to go this way. The fastest way this way is to go this way, not to try to go that way and that way at the same time and not really make progress. So your diet, your training, your lifestyle, etc. should not only be based on your body, but within that, they should be based on your goals. I see way too many people who set a specific goal and then just go about doing kind of whatever in order to get there. And then they wonder why they're not making progress. And it's because they're not doing the specific things that they need to cause their body to adapt in the way that they want their body to adapt. Biggest example of this, and I talk about this all the time, I'll link my video about it down in the description box below because I always get pushback and questions about this. People who start doing cardio to try to lose fat. The adaptation process that your body goes through when you put yourself in a calorie deficit and start adding cardio is not the most optimal and efficient adaptation process to get your body to decrease your body fat percentage. There are a wide variety of tools goals in the health and fitness toolkit. Picking the right tools to do the job that you want to do is always just going to be the most efficient way to do the job that you want to do. You wouldn't try screwing in a screw with a hammer. Like, yeah, you could probably get the screw in eventually, but if you're hammering in a screw, it's not going to be nearly as stable of a screw as if you were to use a screwdriver. So all this really takes is a little bit of prep work. Once you have a specific goal, just take a second to do the research and figure out exactly what things are going to help you towards that specific goal. And if you have multiple goals, this is something that I have suffered from because I have a lot of different fitness goals because I love fitness and I think it's super fun to have goals and I'm super motivated to do them. But for a really long time, I was trying to do all my goals at the same time. And I was like, this is not working. And I was like, I wonder why? Because I'm trying to like get strong, lose fat, build muscle, get more flexible, and try to run at the same time. That's too many goals. My body's trying to adapt in all sorts of different directions, and so it's not gonna make very fast progress in any one direction. So if you have a bunch of goals, I recommend writing them all down and then putting them not just in order of priority, but also possibly in order of what would make the most sense to build on top of itself. So like, if you want to build muscle and you want to lose fat, I would almost always recommend focusing on building muscle first, because once you have the muscle, it's a lot easier to lose fat. And then also you can break down your goals into smaller achievable goals. So once you have your goals broken down into smaller goals and they're in an order that makes sense, you're gonna figure out what it takes to achieve each of those goals. I mean, you could just start at the top. You don't have to go through every single one. Just start at the first goal and identify what strategies are specific to that goal. So like, for example, let's say your goal is strength. For that, you should be incorporating compound lifts. Probably find a solid strength building program specifically, not a hypertrophy program, not a fat loss program, not necessarily a powerlifting program. Kind of depends on what kind of specific strength you're looking for. Because again, you can get more specific than just strength. Like if you want max lifts, maybe do a powerlifting program. If you want more functional strength, then you're gonna wanna look for maybe like, I think MINDPUMP has like a strongman program, like that could be good. Define specifically what your goals are and then find a specific program, specific style of working out that is going to work towards those specific goals. Or if your goal is to run a marathon, then like you should be following a marathon training program. You should not be trying to lose fat. You should not be trying to build muscle. As far as diet goes, you're also gonna wanna make sure this is specific to your goals. So again, if you're trying to build strength, build muscle, don't put yourself in a calorie deficit. I see this happening all the time, is especially women, we're so conditioned to think that we always need to be dieting, always need to be in a calorie deficit. Then I see women that are also trying to build muscle, but they're eating 1,500 calories a day. So from there, once you have specific goals with a specific strategy and a specific plan, you're going to want to just track your progress throughout to make sure that it's actually working well for you and your body. Again, going back to bio-individuality, because even though you want specific to your goal and specific to you. So within your goals, figure out what top metrics are going to tell you whether or not you're making progress towards those goals, and make sure you're checking in with those regularly. So if your goal is fat loss, then you might want to be getting, if you can, regular DEXA scans. That's the best way to measure your actual body fat percentage. But also progress photos and body measurements are fantastic ways of measuring your progress when it comes to fat loss. I would not recommend only tracking your body weight on the scale. So check in with your specific metrics of progress for your specific goals, and then reevaluate every 4 to 6 weeks. See if you are on a good track. If you're making progress, great. If not, you might need to adjust and adapt a little bit, and then you can just go from there. So your journey is now specific to you and your body, and it is specific to your goals. From there, principle number 3 comes in to balance it all out, and that is practicality. I don't care how absolutely perfect a program might be tailored to you and your body and your specific goals. If you can't stick with it, that means nothing. Your program has to be sustainable and be able to fit into your lifestyle so that you can be consistent with it, because consistency is key. Like the #1 key in getting results. This is something that I think everyone needs to take to heart going into the new year, where there's gonna be all those 30-day fat loss programs, juice cleanses, 2-week abs, etc. Those also need to be practical. If it's not something that you can stick with and be consistent long term, the results are not going to stick with you. So what you need to do, now that you have your optimal plan that's optimized for your body and your goals, is take a look at it and see where the potential pitfalls are for you. Find places where you know you're going to struggle, and then either plan accordingly in your life, see what you can do to still be able to accommodate the plan and follow the plan as well as possible while making shifts in your own lifestyle that make it easier. Then if there's things that you cannot work around, that are just not gonna work for you, see how you can slightly modify the program to make it something that you can be consistent with. Even if you lose 20% efficiency of your 100% optimal program, that's still gonna be 80% better than trying to follow something that you can't stick with and end up quitting 2 weeks in. You can also take a look at your whole program, look at all of these things that you have to do, and instead of starting all at once, start one at a time. So instead of changing your whole diet, getting rid of a ton of foods, adding in a ton of new foods, going to the gym 5 days a week when you've never gone to the gym before, adding in cold plunges, changing your bedtime, etc., 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 all at once, like, that's overwhelming. Instead, start piece by piece. And yes, this will take a little bit more time to ramp up, but you will build these habits more sustainably into your lifestyle, helping you stay more consistent with them as you add more habits on top of them, thus helping you ramp up and eventually get on the most efficient path for your goals. So if you're doing nothing, you know, start with going to the gym twice a week and adding the vegetables to your diet. Once you're doing that consistently, add 1 more day a week and maybe add in the serving of fruit that you need to add to your diet, whatever it is. Like, add 1 or 2 things, one at a time, and then as you build that consistency, add more and more. Also remember to be flexible. Progress in fitness is not black and white. It is not all or nothing. The best you can do is the best you can do. So if you miss a day, that's okay. Just get right back at it the next day. Don't miss a day and think, oh no, I already missed a day, so I'll start again next week, and then have that keep happening every single week. Or, oh no, I missed a day, I'm just gonna go completely off the rails, and then you feel guilty and bad about yourself and you never get back on track. It is okay to not be perfect, but that is why it's really helpful to have a plan that is perfect. So if you're not following that plan 100% perfectly, you're still getting a lot more out of it than if you were following a plan that's like 60% perfect for you and you're still not sticking with it, you know? And that's it. If you stick with those 3 main principles, you will be able to reach your health and fitness goals as efficiently and effectively as possible, and in a way that is going to help those results stick around long term rather than, you know, yo-yoing back and forth for seemingly forever. Let me know down in the comments if there is one of these principles that you are not applying, and also if you feel like doing a little extra homework, let me know where you think you could do better. Like if you are not following the practicality principle and instead are focusing on being all or nothing, black or white, pass or fail, and you keep falling off the wagon because of that, reflect on that. Share your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, do make sure you check out Joy Wellness. Use the code FITAndNerdy to get yourself 15% off. I cannot recommend them enough. The consultation that I did with them was like some of the best doctoring that I have experienced in quite a long time. And that's saying something because I have talked to a lot of health professionals in my time regarding my health issues. They also, side note, have NAD that you can get, which I made a couple shorts about me trying NAD. It was really cool, but that's a whole separate thing, so you can do your own Googling on that. I'm gonna wrap the video up here. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really would support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your fitness buddies. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you're notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye!